NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said that Friday's summit between President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska will be an important test for ending the war in Ukraine. He also allowed for the possibility of a de facto recognition of Russia's control over parts of Ukraine in a future deal. Before we break down the NATO chief's statement, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Speaking on ABC News, Rutte said, "Next Friday will be important because it will be a test for Putin to see how serious he is about ending this horrible war," the NATO Secretary General said. He then continued, "When it comes to full-scale negotiations, and hopefully Friday will be an important step in that process, it will be about territory. It will, of course, be about security guarantees, but also about the absolute necessity to recognize that Ukraine decides its own future, that Ukraine must be a sovereign state that determines its own geopolitical course, of course with no restrictions on the size of its armed forces. And for NATO to have no restrictions on our presence on the eastern flank," Rutte added. The NATO chief also acknowledged the reality that Russia controls part of Ukraine's pre-war territory. The question will be how to move forward after a ceasefire, including what that means in terms of security guarantees for Ukraine, he said. In addition, Rutte highlighted another point. When it comes to the issue of territory, when it comes to recognition, for example, possibly in a future agreement, that Russia controls de facto, in practice, part of Ukraine's territory, this should be an effective recognition, not a political de jure recognition, Rutte noted. The Trump-Putin meeting is scheduled for August 15th in Alaska, against the backdrop of media reports suggesting that Washington and Moscow are seeking to reach an agreement to halt the war in Ukraine, one that could cement Russia's occupation of part of the country's territories. What do you think? Will the war in Ukraine end after the Trump-Putin meeting? And on what terms could it end? What will happen to the territories? Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss important updates. See you in the next video.